everybody, and welcome back to Circle Time. Let's sit down and have some fun. This is not the first time I filmed this fucking intro. Sorry. Saying bad words right off the bat. That's just kind of the energy of today. That's the mood that I'm in. This is not the first time I filmed this intro. I tried to film it before. Did a nice little rendition of Circle Time live. Circle Time, the song live. And my recorder froze. And so I just kind of sat here. But here we are. Welcome to another episode of Circle Time. It is me, your host, Kelsey Kreppel, as you know, because you clicked on the episode. So you know who I am. You know. Well, you know my name at least. And that's what's really important. So welcome back to another episode of Circle Time. It's me, Kelsey. I listen to a podcast called Giggly Squad with Hannah Berner and Paige DeSorbo. And I love that podcast so much. I would love to have them on Circle Time sometime, but I love that podcast so much. And they were laughing about how they never introduce themselves and how it's chuggy if you introduce yourself. So now I'm a little bit like, oh my God, I don't want to be chuggy. So I'm not going to introduce myself, even though I already did introduce myself and then talked about how I'm introducing myself. So if that is not the most chuggy thing possible, then I don't really actually know what is. How are we doing? It is Thursday while I'm recording, which, as you know, is my favorite day of the week. And I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Hasn't really been my week. I've just been kind of sad. Like, I feel I don't know anything about this, nor do I usually really believe in it necessarily. Maybe I just need to learn more, but about Mercury being in retrograde. Because is it? Because I've been feeling fucking weird and sad. Or maybe Mercury's not in retrograde. Maybe I'm just sad. Ever heard about that? Maybe I'm just a little bit overwhelmed and sad. But for what? Because I don't need to be sad. I think I'm just I don't know, whatever. So that's kind of what I've been dealing with this week. My cousin was in town last week. After I recorded last week's episode, she came into town and we just had the best time. And I think I had a really fun and exciting weekend last weekend. My cousin was in town. I had my birthday party. There was just a lot going on. And the come down from that is always a little bit sad, I think. So that's kind of where I'm at. But you know what? We're back on the couch. I'm at home. I've got the kittens on my lap. They love being a part of the circle. The kittens are circlers. Are you a circler? I think they are. And so I don't have anything to be sad about, but I'm gonna give you my pits and my peaks. What is it called? You know what I'm talking about? Your peaks and your pits and your what is that thing that some families do at the dinner table? I'm gonna start out with the good things that have happened this week, and now I'm gonna talk about. I'm just kidding. Get it? Nothing good happened, but that was a joke. It was actually a pretty solid week. It was just busy. My cousin left on Monday, and on Monday I had a wedding to go to, a Monday wedding, my first Monday wedding. And it was really fun. It was for my old college roommate, Emily, shout out, but she got married and it was amazing. She was my first roommate ever, actually, my first time living outside of my parents' house. She was my roommate. I went to a school that was kind of a commuter school. My parents lived pretty close to the university that I went to. So I commuted for a while but I was in a sorority and stuff. And then Emily and I became friends and we decided to move in together. And so she was my first roommate ever and she got married and it was so much fun to go to the wedding. And I just loved it. I loved reconnecting with people. I've talked about that before, but this was kind of a different group of college friends, but it was still really nice to see everyone. And yeah, it was nice. We stayed in a hotel on Monday night and then we came back Tuesday and we did a photo shoot for some merch that Cody's coming out with. And I told him I would be in the photo shoot. Didn't realize it would be an all day event. So I didn't really get a lot done that day. but it was really fun. It was like a 60s themed. So they like did my makeup and stuff. So I had like crazy makeup that I wasn't used to on, but it was fun. I'm kind of like a model now. So, I mean, if you guys like want to sign me to be a model, like just let me know, because I'm super comfortable taking pictures in front of the camera. That's a lie. But I'm getting more comfortable taking pictures in front of the camera. And what else? So that was fun. And then yesterday I went on Brooke and Connor's podcast. Connor was out of town, so I did the podcast with Brooke, and it was so much fun. We talked about Taylor Swift. We talked about a bunch of stuff. So go listen to that. That was great. But now let's get into the fucking pits, okay? Because that's really what I want to talk about, because it's more fun. And I want to start out by saying that last podcast, I was talking about how I hadn't had a pumpkin spice latte because I always like to wait for the right moment to enjoy my pumpkin spice lattes. Do you remember this? And I said, by the time I do next week's podcast, I will have had a pumpkin spice latte. And guess what? I did. Well, today I actually had my first pumpkin spice latte, and what I was going to do was I was going to enjoy it with you guys. So I drove to Starbucks, and I'm vlogging, by the way. And I was vlogging, I was driving to Starbucks, and I think also, side note, this is what's kind of stressing me out is I haven't quite found the balance of like recording the podcast, filming for YouTube, and like I get it done, but I feel like I've really been slacking on making my YouTube videos because like for the podcast, like I have other people I have to answer to, like my perfect producer, Marsh, shout out, Marshall, love you. But I have to answer to Marsh, like I have to send him the shit. We got to stay on top of it. For my YouTube channel, like it's just me. I'm my own boss. I have a wonderful editor who I love so much, but like she just edits when I send her a video. So like I don't really have to answer to anyone, and it's like kind of, so it makes me slack off in the YouTube world. So I need to work on that. And I think I want to work on it, and I'm just like, it's stressing me out so much because I'm not working on it. So I'm really going to try. The vlogs are picking back up. The videos are picking back up. I'm going to have a whole schedule, and it's going to be great for the podcast, for the YouTube videos. Anyway, so I'm vlogging. I'm going to Starbucks, and I'm like, for the potters, my circlers, I'm going to get a pumpkin spice latte for the love of God. So I drive myself. As I told you last week, I don't really like to leave the house. But you know what? For the circlers, I will. I'm driving. I keep saying I'm driving like something happened when I was driving, and nothing happened. It was a very normal drive. I get to Starbucks, super normal. I order my drink, pumpkin spice latte with oat milk. And I got Cody a regular pumpkin spice latte. I'm like, this is going to cheer me up. This is going to cheer me up. I just kind of woke up sad. I was like, this is going to cheer me up. Guess what? They forgot to put fucking pumpkin in my drink. So I get to the car to film my first sip reaction, and it's just a latte. It's just an oat milk latte that, honestly, a bad oat milk latte. An oat milk latte that tasted like fucking ass. An oat milk latte made from beans from 2016 that they forgot to clean out of the fucking espresso machine. That's what it tasted like. Cody tasted fine. I don't like pumpkin spice lattes that much. Honestly. There's usually too much pumpkin. I need to get less pumpkin, and then I think I'd like it. But I was so mad. I tried to enjoy a PSL for my I was trying to think of something to say there, but obviously couldn't think of anything. All I could do there was burp. I couldn't enjoy a PSL with my circle pods, my circlers, my circle squad. I couldn't even get one to enjoy with you guys. So now clearly I'm fucking tired. I didn't have any caffeine. I say that like I normally do. I actually don't like to have caffeine. Fun fact about me. I don't like to wake up feeling like I need caffeine. I like to have caffeine as a treat, but I never want to feel dependent on it. So I am pretty tired though. I slept in today just a teensy bit. So that's what happened. I didn't get my pumpkin spice latte. They didn't put fucking pumpkin in it. And then I ordered some clothes. We're going to ACL, the music festival in Austin. We're flying there tonight. So I ordered a pair of shorts and a pair of pants to get here today. I'm sitting outside and my package gets here and I'm like, oh my God, perfect. Open up my package. Shorts aren't in there. Shorts aren't in there. Pants are in there. That's great. Where are the fucking shorts? You know? Shorts aren't in there. I look on the invoice thing. The shorts are listed that they should be in there and they're just simply not. So that was another thing that sucked. I was upset about that. I keep just like almost crying. You know, I just feel like, like that, But it's fine. Because you know how many fucking pairs of shorts I have that I could wear? You know, I might not even liked the shorts. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. We're staying at an Airbnb in Austin and I very well might order the shorts to the Airbnb in Austin overnight shipping. Gonna be honest. I order a lot of things from Forward, same day shipping. If you order it the night before, it gets there the next day. If you order it before 12 p.m. or gets there the same day. I do a lot of that. I'm always last minute buying shit. I need to stop doing that. That is a whole other issue. I have enough clothes. I don't know why I'm always ordering shit to get here when I don't actually need to because I have so many clothes. I'm never going to stop though. Never going to stop because I love it. I love new clothes and outfits. And I should stop because as you know, we're planning a wedding and weddings are so insanely expensive. Who knew? I mean, I knew, but whatever I thought they were, they're much more than I thought they were. So, but you know what? That is going to be worth it. And some exciting news on the wedding front. We have asked our officiants to marry us. Well, at this point, as I'm telling you this, I've only asked one, and we're going to ask another one this weekend in Austin. So the people who are going to officiate our wedding are my best friend, Emma, who's been in my vlogs and stuff. And then one of Cody's best friends, Adam, who's also been in my vlogs and stuff. Adam's wife, Elizabeth, is one of my maids of honor. And Adam and Cody have been friends for a really long time before Cody and I knew each other. Emma and I have been friends for a really long time before Cody and I knew each other. And now I'm really close with Adam. He's really close with Emma. And it kind of just feels like the perfect representation of our two lives coming together as one to have them do it. So we are really excited about that. And that is a little fun wedding update. Also, when you're listening to this, we have gone to the venue and checked out some stuff. I'm not really going to give too much information on that, but we're going to the venue. We're going to look at some stuff next week. And so that'll be fun. Maybe get some flowers, the flower vendor in check. Is that called that's a flower vendor, right? I don't know, you guys. I'm just kind of going with the flow on the whole wedding thing. I'm definitely not a bridezilla, which is a good thing. I'm a stresszilla always, though. It's like my bridezilla doesn't come from everything having to be perfect. It's more like I'm just stressed that not everything is going to get done. But we have a planner. And so I feel like we don't have to completely worry that we're missing the mark on something. Like she will tell us when we need to get stuff done. So that's all that. What else do I have to tell you? I feel like I just kind of like was all over the place about my week. My birthday party was really fun. It was a joint party with Emma, who I was just talking about. And we invited a bunch of people, and I'm always scared that no one's going to show up. But then people showed up, which was great. It started at like 7 p.m., which honestly I feel like is the way to go. Because I'm not very good at day drinking in general. I would say day drinking kind of stresses me out because I like staying up late. I just do. If I'm not staying up late, I feel like my day is being wasted. But at the same time, like nothing good happens after like 2 a.m. Is that the phrase? 1 a.m. Hang on. The cats are snuggling me and my hip is giving out. Oh, okay. Anyway, so this is my take on the whole drinking situation. I just like staying up. Nothing good happens after 1 or 2 a.m. or whatever it is. But I don't want to miss out on nighttime because I went too hard during the day. So every time I'm day drinking, I always get a little bit like anxious. I'm like, oh, don't drink too much. Don't drink too much. Don't drink too much. I'm always telling myself not to drink too much. So then I'm dead sober, which I guess is fine, honestly. But everyone else is drinking. So no one else is going to even want to do anything at night. You know what I mean? So I should just enjoy whenever I'm with everyone instead of overthinking it. But starting at 7 p.m. was kind of like the perfect mix. There's nothing I love more than like looking at my clock and being like, oh my God, it's only 7 or it's only 8. You know, we have so much more time. And we were like walking over to the bar that we had the party at. And Emma was like, oh my God, it's only 7. And I was like, God, that's so exciting. The night is still so young, but everybody's just getting started. And then it didn't end super late because we started at 7. You know, it wasn't like, I'm fine not having like a late night, but I like having a night. So it was kind of the perfect mix. So I enjoyed that. It was so much fun. Such great music, dancing. I feel like I'm a little bit particular when it comes to like the kind of music that's playing. And the DJ and I were very much on the same page at the birthday party. So that's good. And yeah, it was really fun, honestly. No complaints on my birthday. Like I said, my cousin was in town. We went to a concert on Sunday. We went to go see Between Friends. If you guys know Between Friends, it is my friend Sav and her brother Brandon. And they are the fucking coolest, best. I mean, their music is so, so good. And their show was so fucking good. And it was like just so cool to see them doing their thing up there. And their music has been stuck in my head ever since I left, which that has been a peak in my week, listening to their music. So thank you, Sav and Brandon, for that. And what else was I going to say? Something also that's become a peak in my week. Peak in my week. Little rhyme for you guys. I have a fucking king size mattress in the middle of my office. Here, I'm going to take a picture. Oh my God. Oops. Kitten's throwing up. Oh my God. Sorry. What the fuck did he just throw up? Hang on. Hold the phone. No. Oh my God. She's eating his throw up. Hang on. Hey. Oh my God. Sorry. I'm almost just threw up. So sorry about that. I didn't even stop recording on any device. Just clean that shit up real quick. Not properly at all. He just threw up like paper. And then she started eating it. I'm worried about him. What the fuck was that? I hope it's not like blocking his intestines. We were on the phone with poison control yesterday about those two because I had a box of crumble cookies and we left for like 20 minutes, hid the cookies. They got past the door that we hid the cookies in and they ate all the frosting off all the cookies and some had chocolate in it and we were really worried. So we talked to poison control. They said it should be fine. They did like the amount of chocolate compared to their weight and blah, blah, blah. So we had to keep an eye on them. But I don't know what the fuck just came out of him. It was like paper. What the fuck? Really? We were all snuggling so beautifully. You're snuggling 1 second, and then the next fucking second, you're puking, and your sister's eating it. Cats. Fucking cats. Anyway, hope they're okay. We're leaving them for the weekend. My brother's going to come and check on them, though, so Kevin, let me know if you find any other paper throw up anywhere. Anyway, I was telling you guys that we have a king size bed, a king size mattress in the middle of my office right now. And I meant to take a picture of that. So this company called 8 Sleep, Cody got us like a mattress cover. It goes over our mattress and it has like tubes running through it of water, and you can like heat or cool. You could use that water and you can heat or cool your side of the bed and your partner's side of the bed. And the cat is now opening the door with its hands. I'm suing these fucking kittens for ruining my podcast. Just kidding. They livened it up a little bit. So we use this thing called 8 Sleep, and it like is it tracks your sleep. It tells you like your heart rate and all of that stuff while you're sleeping. And it also pumps water through so you can have it heat up at a certain time, cool down at a certain time. It fluctuates in the middle of the night so that to basically like provide the most comfortable night's sleep for you. Cody's very big on sleep. I could sleep on a rock and be comfortable, but he really loves our 8 Sleep, and I love him, so I'm supporting him in the endeavor. I don't think it does anything. And last night, I unplugged it, and he thought it was on. So I don't think he even notices that it does anything either, but that's just our little secret. Anyway, so 8 Sleep was generous enough to send a new mattress cover with the updated like technology to us, which is very kind, but they also sent us a mattress. And we didn't realize that they had also sent us a mattress. And so Cody unpacked everything, and then we just had this giant mattress. Now, just so happened to be when my cousin was staying here and our friends Sam and Nat were staying here too. So Sam and Nat were in our guest room, and my cousin was going to sleep on this day bed that I'm on right now. But we had the mattress, so we put the mattress in the middle of my office for her to sleep on. And we're going to donate it or give it to one of our friends or something when she was done using it. So now I have this mattress in the middle of my office, and I'm not going to fucking lie, you guys. I love it. I love it. I'm laying on that thing the whole day. I love laying on my office mattress. And I kind of want to decorate it and keep it for myself. I mean, this bed is nice, but that bed is nicer. And I love having a king size mattress in the middle of my fucking floor. It really brings me joy. I'm not going to lie. So I think I'm going to try to keep it because it brings me a lot of joy. So anyway, that is the mattress saga, amongst many other rants that I hope that you guys don't mind. Now, one more thing. So last week I was talking about fall and how I wanted to really embrace fall, which is why I was going to try the pumpkin spice latte and all of that stuff. But I found online a fall bucket list. And I want to do all of these things that are on this bucket list and tell you guys about it. I'm also going to vlog it, but I want to talk to you guys about it so we can, for all those girlies or non-girlies, whoever's listening to this that wants to do this with me, that maybe feels like they want to embrace the seasons, but they don't even really know where to begin because it just doesn't feel like it's not in their bones, but they want to try. This is for you because I'm one of those people as well. And that's what I was talking about last time. So I found the fall bucket list, and let me just read a few of these items. Actually, maybe I'll just like power through them and we could do them together. So, and then every week I'll tell you guys what I've completed on the fall bucket list, and you have to DM me the same. Visit a pumpkin patch, sit by a campfire, carve pumpkins, go on an outdoor scavenger hunt. Ooh, that sounds scary. Make a thankful list. Oh, I'm excited about that. Roast marshmallows, decorate for Halloween, take a family picture, drink apple cider, go to a fall festival, watch Hocus Pocus, burn a fall scented candle, football and chili night. Like Chili my dog? No, but could be. Make pine cone bird feeders, play a board game, make a scarecrow, jump in a pile of leaves, make homemade trail mix, create a leaf craft, go on a nature walk, watch a scary movie, roast pumpkin seeds, eat candy corn, wear fuzzy socks, corn maze, homemade soup night, Halloween cookies, can't eat candy apples, donate to a food bank, and Halloween. I can't read that. Halloween dance party. Oh my God. Imagine if I skipped that one. I'll post this somewhere. Couldn't tell you where. I will post this somewhere on Instagram, or maybe like I'll insert a picture of it in this episode so you can find it on YouTube and we can do it together. So far on that list, I have done nothing. But maybe like as it gets closer to Thanksgiving, we could make our thankful lists together and stuff. I think that could be fun. But that is our fall bucket list for the circlers who want to get more involved in the seasons but don't know how. And even if you do love getting involved in the seasons and you do feel it in your bones, you can do our bucket list with us too, because I think it could be really fun. So next week, I can't wait to report back to tell you all the things I've done. And I'm going to try to like film them and stuff. Like I said, I'm going to vlog it. They'll be on my vlog, so you can watch it there. But I can't wait to tell you about it. So there's our fall bucket list. And also, to get into the season of fall, I found some other fall stuff, like a fall would you rather, and fall like if you could questions, fall tell me about, like for our journal. So we'll do all of that. Let's do a couple fall would you rathers right now. Go to a corn maze or a haunted house? Would I rather go to a corn maze or a haunted house? I think a corn maze. Something about being outside scares me less for some reason, because usually I'm scared to be outside. But I feel like not as much could happen in a corn maze. Would you rather see the leaves change in Colorado or the leaves change in New England? Okay, this is a weirdly specific question that I'm going to offend someone with my answer. I feel like New England. I feel like East Coast falls are like the fucking way to go, right? I don't know though. I've never seen a fall in either one of those places. Okay, would you rather carve a pumpkin or eat the pumpkin seeds? Carve a pumpkin, for sure. Something about the pumpkin seeds really gross me out. And I think, you know what I think it is? I think I just realized, I think that it's because sometimes when people carve, you know, people like do the carving thing and then they put the seeds as like the throw up. That's kind of how I see the pumpkin seeds. They're like vomit for pumpkins. So why would I want to eat that? And it smells so bad. Oh my God, it smells so bad. When you like cut open a pumpkin and you're scraping the seeds out, it's just, I don't like that. So carving, but not eating. And there we have it. There are some fun little would you rathers to get us in our fall mood. Now, it is time for one of my favorite times. And that is, well, they're all kind of my favorite times. I only have one pop culture thing to talk about. And that is Tom Brady and Giselle getting a divorce. And the only reason I'm talking about this is because I called my brother this morning and I was like, I don't know what to talk about on my podcast. And he said, Kelsey, talk about Tom Brady and Giselle getting a divorce. And I was like, okay, although I have no fucking idea what to say about that, but sure. And he told me what to say. Hey guys, what the hell happened with Tom and Giselle? Pretty crazy that they seemed like they had a perfect marriage and they're getting divorced, but Adam Levine and Bahati are staying together after he cheated on her. That's what my brother said. So Kevin is right. Then he said, you know, and he's right about this too. What happened? We don't really know what happened. It's all up to speculation. But she wanted him to retire. He tried retiring and then he was home. Was he home with her and the kids, making out with all of them? You know what I mean? Her and the kids, they were all making out. And he was like, this isn't for me. I want to be back on the field. I don't even like these people. I don't want to hang out with them all the time. So then he went and played football. Or was he like, Football is my one true love. And she was like, what the fuck? What about me and the kids? I'm sick of your bullshit. I think it's that one. Although, are they different? I don't know. I just feel like he was like, it's just like, it's time, Tom. It was time to retire. He retired and it was time. And then he came back. And it's just like, when you come back, it's embarrassing. Don't come back, Tom. So, and then I think she was just maybe got the ick. I think that's what happened. Tom Brady decided to retire. And then we were like, okay, good for you. And then he was like, actually, never mind. I'm going to come back. And we were all like, ugh, ew, leave us alone. We all got the ick from Tom Brady, including Giselle. So she dumped him. She dumped his ass and left him to be single. So, I mean, that's really all I have to say about Tom and Giselle. I wish her the best. I wish him the best too. I wish the kids the best. And none of us really know what's going on. All we can do is speculate. And that's what I'm doing. And there we have it. There's our pop culture time today. So there we have it. Okay, next up is our voicemails. And the voicemails are in the bio of this episode, if you're listening to it. And they're in the bio of the YouTube video if you're watching it. And I also put it on my Instagram story. So let's listen to a couple voicemails, shall we? And remember, I haven't heard any of these, so I don't even know what they're going to say.
Hi, Kelsey. It's Jenna. Wow, I just said that like you know me and we talk all the time. But anyways, sometimes I feel like we do. Love the vlogs. I'm listening to your podcast during work right now. Anyways, my question for you is, I feel like more often than not, I have guy friends who may begin to like me and I'm not interested in them, or vice versa. I might find guys that I'm interested in and they're just not interested in me. And I feel like those situations happen a lot. And I'm hoping people can relate to this. Sometimes I feel like I can be too picky with maybe friends that I'm not interested in or something. But I also feel like part of the reason is I can just be more comfortable around guys that I initially don't have that interest for. And maybe not as much with guys that I get that initial crush for or something. Ugh, I hate the word crush. Sorry. Anyways, do you have any advice on how to be more myself with guys that I'm actually interested in? Or do you think we just need to give the guy friends more of a chance? Let me know. Thanks. We love you. We as in me and all of my friends and Cody and Chili. Bye.
Aw, that brought a smile to my face. That's an interesting question. I feel like it's obviously easier to be more comfortable around the guys that are just your friends because you don't feel the pressure to quote unquote impress them. Although I'm sure you're very impressive either way, but you just don't feel like the pressure to, for lack of a better word, impress them when you are just their friend or when you see them as just a friend. I do think that really in the end, they're all the same. And if anything, this shows you that your personality and who you truly are and when you're the most comfortable is really attractive because your guy friends are ending up falling for you and those are the people that you're the most comfortable with. So you obviously are attractive when you're comfortable and when your personality is shining through. So you have to remember that. I feel like I wouldn't completely rule out getting to know these guy friends on a different level because that's how a lot of really good relationships start, is through friendship. So if there's a guy friend that you're like, oh no, we're just friends, I could never do that, but you're interested, I would say try it out because you really will never know unless you try. If you're interested in someone, even if they're quote just a friend, like you might as well try. When it comes to being more comfortable with maybe guys who you right off the bat are more interested in, like I said, remember that when you are comfortable, people fall for you, clearly. And people can tell when you are feeling confident and comfortable, and that is really attractive to people. So you're clearly a confident, comfortable girl. Even in that voicemail, you sounded so sure of yourself, and you know that you are capable of being that confident, comfortable girl with your guy friends. The other guys that you might be interested in are no different. They're guys just the same. So I feel like you might as well be who you like, your most comfortable self around anyone, because then you'll just know sooner if they're right for you, if they actually do like you, because you'll get to, you would rather people like you for who you are rather than who you're pretending to be. So don't try to change yourself or hide certain parts of yourself to quote unquote impress someone, because they're going to learn the true you either way. And so you might as well be who you are right off the bat, and then they'll know if they like you or not. And I'm sure they will, because you seem amazing. So that is my advice. I hope that was helpful. I feel like it wasn't, but then again, I feel like it was. So we'll see. Okay, here's another one.
Hi, Kelsey. My name's Alyssa. First of all, love the podcast.
Thank you.
I was really struggling to find this voicemail thing last week, so I'm really glad that you posted it. But I just wanted some advice. I am currently in like a very not complicated, but just like situation in my relationship. My boyfriend and I were dating for 2 years. We had broken up for a couple months in between just because it's my first serious relationship. Just, trying to like figure out who I am, how to navigate a relationship. And I'm back in Milwaukee where we met, and then we just broke up again recently just because I feel like I know there's like people who are like right person, wrong time, and there's people who are just like not made for each other but keep getting back together. And I feel very much like we're right for each other, but we're just not, there's just like something we're not doing right. And I'm just wondering if you have any advice on like navigating that when you know that it's the person that you're supposed to be with, and just like, especially me being 24, just like how you figure out, all of that being in your 20s, still trying to figure out this relationship thing in general. So any advice would be awesome. Sorry if that's like very vague, but I only have 90 seconds. So yeah, thank you again if you get to this.
This is a good question. You're 24, you're very young. And I think the only way, if you're in this kind of situation where it's on again, off again, and there's something there that doesn't feel like it's right at this time, I think you really have to listen to that feeling, because usually those feelings are pretty spot on, and you won't ever, if you just stay with someone, even though you know something's missing, that's not going to get solved. And the only way that you're really going to know that it's right person, wrong time, is if you let them go and see if they come back to you at another point, or see if you go back to them at another point. And I mean like really let them go. I don't mean like hold out for them, takes time apart, but like, you're not hooking up with anyone else, or you're still talking to them every single day. I mean like go your separate ways, learn more about yourself. You're only 24. Figure out what you want in a relationship, figure out what you want out of a partner. And if you guys find your way back to each other, then it was meant to be. But staying with someone or holding out for someone because you think that they're the right person is just the wrong time. I don't think that that's the right thing to do, just because you might learn so much about yourself and yourself in relationships that you would never know if you were just holding out for that person. So I've said this before in another podcast that I was on, but like I've ended things with someone and been so upset because I was convinced that they were the right person and it was the wrong time, but we just couldn't be together. But it was just so heartbreaking, and I couldn't figure out what that reason was. Why couldn't we just be together? This and that. And then 2 years later, I met Cody, and it was like I understood why things didn't work out the way that I thought they were supposed to. And I learned a lot about myself in those 2 years, in and out of different relationships or with friendships or whatever it was. But I needed those 2 years, So I think that if something's not feeling right in your relationship with this person, although you think that they are the right person for you, you have to let that go for the time being. However long it takes, let it go, like fully, and figure out what you feel like is missing. Figure out what you want, what you need, and if it's meant to be, it will be. And I hope that that was helpful. I feel like sometimes I blab on about these things, but I really do think what's meant to be will be. And I don't know that I always believe in right person, wrong time, because I think that if it's the right person, then it will be right either way. But you really never know, because sometimes people have to separate for a bit to find their way back to each other. So I think that's what you should do. And you're going to be totally fine. And I love you. And there we have it. There's our story time for the week. I know that was a short one. I keep blabbling on at the beginning of these, and then our story times are cut short. But I love hearing from you guys so much. So remember, the link for the voicemail is in the bio of this episode, whether you're listening on iTunes, whether you're listening on Apple iTunes. Is iTunes still a thing? I don't know. Whether you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or Amazon or whatever, or you're watching on YouTube, the link is in the bio of this episode for the voicemail. So keep leaving those voicemails. And yeah, now you guys know what time it is. It is our journal time. And I need to find our journal. There we go. I don't have the paper still, so it's not as random, but it is still kind of random because I don't really even know what I'm going to say. But I'm actually going to use one of these fall questions. Tell me about an adventure you want to take one fall. Okay, here's an adventure I want to take. Apple picking. Why haven't I ever been apple picking? I want to go to like an apple picking place, pick some apples, drink some apple cider. I think I'm more of like an apple fall girl than a pumpkin fall girl. So I really want to go apple picking, and I do actually want to go do a corn maze. There's a corn maze out by my parents' house, and I think I'm going to try to do it this year. Well, I have to because of my fall bucket list. But that is an adventure I want to take this fall. So mark my words. Now, let's do one more fall question. Your favorite memory of the fall when you were younger? I think my favorite memory of the fall when I was younger is football season. My family had season tickets to USC football games since I was born. And we went until I was in college, I think. We went every single home game. We tailgated for hours before. And it was just the absolute fucking best. I think like I got to see so many different kinds of people and have so many different kinds of experiences, and it opened my eyes to so much, and I learned so much, and I just like, it was such a great experience. I loved going to USC football games as a kid, and I want my kids to do the same. And it was just so much fun. And that is like my favorite fall memory for sure. So there we have it. And last, but certainly not least, it is our word of wisdom. Today's word of wisdom is: don't follow the path. Go where there is no path and begin the trail. So there you have it. And the person who said that is Ruby Bridges. So there we have it. Start your own trail. You don't need to follow the path if you don't want to follow the path. You could start your own trail and it'll be wonderful. And I love you all so much. And thank you for listening to me talk and for being part of my circle squad. And I love you guys, and I appreciate every single one of you. Make sure to give this 5 stars and give me a rating on Apple, and give it 5 stars wherever you can, and keep listening. And I love you guys, and you're the best. So I'll talk to you next week. Bye. Circle time. Let's have some fun. I said circle time. Saga.